Hi everyone, Flora Sage here. Today we're going to talk about your energy and being mindful of the energy that you're holding. So many people are getting burnt out because of this whole quarantine thing. A lot of people are trying to work from home and homeschool at the same time, plus do the household chores, the yard work now that it's getting nicer, and people are hitting a brick wall. You're getting tired, you're getting crabby, you're snapping at people. Domestic violence is up over 300% than what it has been in the past. And so this is kind of your PSA, your public service announcement, to just back up, give yourself permission to just recognize you're not superhuman, okay? Sometimes we like to think we are, but you're not superhuman. So give yourself permission to stop and say, how am I feeling right now? Like, what's going on with me? Are you feeling tired? Are you feeling unmotivated? Are you feeling depressed, anxious, panicky? Whatever it is that you're feeling, honor it and just say, today I feel blank. Granted, you have the power to change your attitude and how you feel, but you have to figure out how you feel first. You have to be aware of it first. Now, last week, I had kind of a shit show of a couple of days, and it was really challenging for me. I got kind of pissed, and I'm doing this summit. It was supposed to be a video summit. I got a new computer so that the video quality would be fabulous and all this other stuff. Come time to record the videos, to do my interviews, the internet goes down. So I had to make a pivot and change and do audio interviews instead. So mindset is something that I've been working on forever, and I think I have it pretty dialed in. However, there are some days, especially if you're working a lot longer than you typically do, which is what I had been doing. I've been putting in a lot longer hours, not working out as much, not doing as much meditation, and that was just kind of the perfect storm. And then all of a sudden, when I had 3 really big interviews to do, no internet, and a brand new computer to do very great and very good video quality. So I was like, ugh. I felt deflated, I felt defeated, I felt frustrated, I was a little bit angry. But then I was like, okay, because I had to make a decision like right now. And I'm like, all right, we're just going to pivot. We're going to do audio. When we decided to do audio, we had to then do several hours worth of additional work to contact all the speakers we had lined up to do video interviews, make sure that that was okay, adjust some of the things. And so it caused a lot more work in addition to all the prep work we had already done. And so coupled that with PMS, again, getting my period, which that week I'm typically lower energy anyway. And then again, having the extra time put on for my team and myself to do some things now that we had to shift and pivot from video to audio. It really just, like I said, it kind of made for that perfect storm. And I really had to give myself some grace. And so what I did was I muscled through it because I needed to do the interviews. I needed to do some other specific things throughout that day. And when I crawled in bed, I put the blankets up and I let myself cry. And it was hard. It was PMS, a month of really hard work, destroyed like that. And I had to shift into something completely different and shift the entire dynamic of the summit. And then I was like, okay, so what else can I do to make this summit even better? Because video, nothing translates like video. I mean, because you can see the person that's talking and you can feel their energy, you can feel their vibe, all that jazz. And all of a sudden that element was gone. And I'm just like, okay, well, how can I pivot? How can I shift my mindset and still honor my energy? And I'm like, well, let's do a Facebook group for this summit. And I was like, oh my God, that's a great idea. I instantly felt my energy shift and raise higher. So I knew that was an indication from spirit and from my own intuition and my high self, like, yeah, let's do this. So we created a Facebook group, even though that created a little bit extra work. But I'm like, no, this is going to be amazing, because now the people that are attending this free summit are going to be able to interact with myself, all the other participants, as well as some of the speakers that choose to join the Facebook group. And so that really allowed me to just be mindful of my energy, be mindful of what the situation was, and honor that and say, okay, so I have every right to be disappointed that something didn't work out that is just so epic in my mind. And then I'm like, okay, how can I still create some epicness around this? The Facebook group. Perfect. And that's even, I think, an even better option, because a lot of people, when they attend summits, they like to be able to just listen to audio while they're doing other things around their house, or while they're working out or walking or whatever. So I'm like, perfect. And then the Facebook group, so they can interact with the speakers. If it was just a video summit, they would just be able to watch but not interact. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. And so in the moment, it was like, why? But then after the fact, I was like, I kind of like this better. This is good. And that allowed my energy to shift. And so last week, I don't know if it was the new moon or whatever, and a lot of people like, okay, yes. So Rebecca says, my PMS has been rough this week. I completely understand what you went through. Needed this so much this morning. Yeah, like so many people that I spoke with over the weekend were just like, oh my God, I've got really bad PMS and all this other stuff. And I just find it kind of interesting that coupled with the new moon, like a week or so ago, and then everybody kind of cooped up with the whole quarantine thing. And by especially taking on different things than we normally do, that wears on us emotionally and energetically, even physically, in a way that it hasn't in a very long time. And so one of the ways that I shifted from this was Friday afternoon. I reviewed my week. I did a brain dump of all the stuff that I know that I wanted to do this week. And I closed my laptop and I took off my clothes. I had my swimsuit on underneath my clothes. I took off my clothes and I laid down on the deck in my bikini. And I just relaxed. I let the sun bathe on me. And I just chilled. And I didn't open my laptop. I didn't go onto Facebook or Instagram all weekend, with the exception of I did have to go in. I chose to go in to my Facebook group because we did the day 6 and 7 of Who the Fuck Am I? 7-day experience of how to figure out who the fuck you are and what your life purpose is, which absolutely was an epic class, by the way. And so that was it. I woke up, did my hair and makeup, flipped on my phone, did my thing in the group, flipped it off, and was off of my phone, off of social media the entire weekend. I completely unplugged from Friday late afternoon to Monday morning about 10 o'clock. And it really allowed me to just recalibrate my energy, recharge. I held on to some crystals. This is my shungite, which I absolutely love this crystal, or this stone. This kind of sucks out all negative energies and just kind of refreshes your energy field. It's so good. Frequently I have these in my bra or my pocket or my purse, wherever it is. But I know and am familiar with things that help me recalibrate my energy. And so when you are having a challenging day or a shitty day or one of those days where you're like, why? Give yourself permission to stop and say, okay, how am I feeling? And why am I feeling this way? Do I need to drink some water? Do I need to stretch? Do I need to go outside and walk around the block a little bit? Do I need to eat something? Do I need to just stop working for a few minutes? Do I need to sleep more? Do I need to take a nap? And do I need to put on some music and dance around or call a friend or whatever, or have sex or whatever, But give yourself permission to just say, okay, what do I need right now to fill myself up and kind of recalibrate my energy? And when you allow yourself to be mindful enough to check in and say, I'm not feeling so hot. Okay, perfect. Why am I not feeling so hot? What do I need to do? If you're not sleeping well, start to implement a firm sleeping schedule where I go to bed at this time every night and I wake up at this time every morning or whatever. And those firm bedtimes will help sync your circadian rhythm so that you can sleep better, so that you are rested enough to then tackle the day. Because if you're lacking sleep, you're not getting enough sleep, everything else is going to be affected. Everything else is going to be impacted. Back in 2004, when I was diagnosed with panic and anxiety disorder, that was in the middle of 6 years of insomnia. And that, I truly believe, is one of the reasons why all of a sudden, my panic and anxiety just blew up, and mild depression was because I wasn't taking self-care. I was just going, and couldn't sleep because I was wired up with all of the stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline and all that stuff. And it was just kind of one of those things that it just took me out. It just took me out. And it took me years to recover from that. So really give yourself permission to recognize I don't have to burn out in order to start taking self-care of me. I can choose every day to say what feels in alignment with me, what feels good, and what is my energy level, and show up for your day in the energy level that you're in. You don't have to masquerade or pretend you're more energetic than what you are. Like, even though I'm a high vibe person, today I'm very low energy. Like, I literally right now could just crawl up on my chair next to Tank and like go to sleep. Can you see him? He's so cute. Oh, I just love him so much. Anywho, but and frequently people are just like, oh, you know, you're so high energy all the time. I'm like, no. I'm high vibe, sometimes usually not as high energy. And so, you know, really give yourself permission to look at what is my energy level? Like, could I run around the block today, or am I just going to do a slow meander? You know what I'm saying? But honor that. Honor that. And when you honor your energy level and you honor the commitments that you have for the day to yourself and your other people that you're committed to, such as like your partner or your children or people that you're caring for, and doing things that they can't do for themselves or that you've agreed to all do together, then what happens is life just gets a lot easier. You know, it just gets so much better because you are not burning yourself out. You're giving yourself some grace and you're recognizing, this is my energy level today, this is how I'm feeling, and I'm going to give myself a moment. And this is really what I feel is going to fill me up today, whether it's laying on the deck in the sun or taking a nap for 20 minutes or meditating or having some dark chocolate, whatever it is. Give yourself permission to recharge throughout the day so that by the end of the day, you're not burnt out. So I want to invite you to join me for the Mastermind Mafia Summit. I'm sorry, not Mastermind Mafia Summit, Mindset Mastery Summit. And this summit truly is here and designed to help you unlock more clarity, more courage, and more confidence through mindset shifts. And this mindfulness practice is a mindset shift. It truly is. And in this summit, I'm actually interviewing 20 experts. There's going to be 21 days. I'm going to be the very last interview. I'm going to interview myself on things that I've learned throughout the years. And it's going to be a really powerful summit. And so if you want to join me, we actually kick off, the very first interview kicks off on May 18th. It's going to be so powerful and it's going to be so life-changing. And I don't want you to struggle with mindset. I don't want you to struggle with when to pivot, when to really become aware, like how can I do this and how can I do that? Like I said, I'm interviewing 20 people and these interviews are so powerful. Like, I literally have pages of notes while I'm interviewing these women because there's so much information and it's so juicy and it's so good and it's so easy to implement what these women are sharing. We've got Emmy award-winning broadcasters and speakers, authors, experts from around the globe. And it's a free summit for you. This is my gift to you. So what I want you to do is I want you to click the link below and sign up for the free Mindset Mastery Summit. It's going to be lit. It's going to be amazing. And we also have a free Facebook group that you can join where you can interact with the other people that are participating and listening to the summit, as well as with myself and some of the other speakers. So I hope to see you there. I love you all very, very much, and I hope that this video serves you in some way today. Mwah. Bye.